Hello everyone, my name's Andrew Leslie. I'm a senior lecturer at the National School of Forestry at the University of Cumbria, and I'm also the program leader for James's course. I'd just like to start by thanking Tilhill for sponsoring this prize for Best Dissertation. I'd like to thank Georgina and Katrina for organising this event. And I'd like to also thank Tilhill for their support in general through things like placements and through the graduate scheme. So a little bit about James and his dissertation. Again, it's great that he's won this prize. James just arrived at the National School of Forestry just a year ago after studying a foundation degree in arboriculture and urban forestry at Askham Bryan College. He then saw the light and decided that, forest management was going to be a far more exciting career than arboriculture, which I think is a great decision. And so enrolled on our BSc Forestry top-up. That's a one-year degree which converts an HND or foundation degree to a full BSc Hons. And really, for someone coming from James's background, this is quite a challenge, because really he has to learn a lot of what conventional students learn in 2 years. The first 2 years, he has to kind of pick that up on the fly. So things like silviculture, upgrading his GIS, learning a little bit about production forests, and production forecasting. All of this really James had to learn while doing the modules that most students normally do. So really he's done really well, to have got through it, and then also to have done really well this year. So he should be very proud of himself. Just a little bit on the sort of topic of his dissertation, because that's of interest too. Soil carbon. We all know about climate change and the importance of managing carbon, and it's interesting that in most forests globally, there is more carbon in the soil than there is in the trees. So really, if we're thinking about managing forests and we're thinking about their impact on climate change, we need to understand the role of soil carbon. So James was looking at the effects really of grazing on soil carbon, and not just on any forest, but he's chosen the highest altitude Atlantic oakwood in England. A fantastic place, but quite inaccessible. It's almost 40. It's growing on almost a 45-degree angle. So you certainly got plenty of exercise, didn't you, doing your field work? And so really, it's a really interesting. He ended up with a really interesting piece of work. So well done, James. That was a really good, interesting sort of dissertation on what is really an important topic. What I'd like to do now is just to pass you over to Stuart Pearson, who's the regional manager for Tilhill for North and Central England, to present the prize.
Thank you, Andrew. Good morning, everyone. It gives me great pleasure to be presenting this award to James today. As a past student of the National School of Forestry, I've been reflecting on how things have changed since my studies. When I was a student, broadleaves was something you planted by the gates to a nice large conifer plantation to make it look nice. And as for native woodlands and their associated ecosystems, I think they were covered in an afternoon's minibus trip to Borrowdale to the same woodlands studied by James. It's therefore great to see that we have moved on in our thinking, and the importance of trees and woodlands of all types is being recognised and studied, in particular with regards to carbon sequestration, a topic almost certainly not on my syllabus. James's dissertation clearly demonstrates the broader thinking and skills required in a modern forester, and the role trees, woodlands and timber will play in all our futures is now being recognised by politicians and the public alike. It's therefore a great time to be coming into forestry, and I wish James well for the future. So without much further ado, I am pleased to be able to virtually present the Tilhill Award for Best Dissertation to James today. Over to you, James.
Hello, everybody. First of all, I'd like to say how brilliant it feels to have won this award. It feels great to have been given the recognition. Thank you. My time studying at Ambleside was incredible. I will never forget my experiences from the university and will continue building on my knowledge and understanding. Completing my course in dissertation was a challenge, not only academically, but also physically, on the cold, wet days in the Lake District collecting soil samples. I can honestly say I wouldn't have gained so much if I wasn't challenged and supported in this way. Studying has really let me understand which parts of the broad forest industry I'm most passionate about. I'm excited to put my new knowledge and understanding into practice and be able to help grow productive, sustainable, resilient and adaptive woodlands. I would like to thank all the lecturers for their guidance and support and patience with me, especially my dissertation supervisor, Dr. Andrew Weatherall. Without him, I would not have been introduced to the woodland I studied for my dissertation, young wood, which is the highest Atlantic oak wood in England. Having had to scramble up its steep sides to collect soil samples, I can appreciate why it is unique and important, but also why no other students jumped at the opportunity. Still, getting to study and understand the influence of management factors and carbon storage in native woodlands is invaluable. I truly enjoyed it. Again, thank you to Tilhill for this prize and my lecturers for nominating me. I'm truly honoured. Now back to Andrew.
I'd just like to thank everyone who's attended and wish everyone a nice day. If I'm looking out the window, it doesn't look very nice, but again, hopefully, and thank you again to Georgina and Katrina for organising this event, and it's great to see everyone. Thank you.